Hey everybody, I'm Scott Wikle. You're listening to My Kind of Country on MKOCRadio.com. As we get into the wonderful holiday season, I always look forward to whatever this gentleman is putting out for the holidays. There's always something fantastic in every year. He seems to really top himself, and this year is no exception to that. And he's got some new songs to talk to us about tonight, and we're going to talk about his Barnyard Christmas album that came out last year as well. My good friend, I can't say enough good things about him. I love him, David Frizzell. How you doing, my friend?
You know what? I'm just waiting for the question. That's all. I know we have to get down to doing an interview. I know you have a question, and I'm going to have an answer for you. That's what's going to happen.
I'll let our listeners in on that little joke we were talking before we went on air. I said, David, you're so easy to interview. I said all I have to do when I write out my questions, I only have to write down one because then you just go right out and cover all the rest for me.
Oh yeah, no, we have a good time like this several times a year, and I always look forward to it. You're just one of the best people that I know in this radio business, in this country music scene. You're it, buddy.
Well,
Once again, it's good to talk to you.
well, you too. You know how much we think of you and my family and I, and we're part of Team Frizzell, man. I'm proud of that. You know, that we're the Michigan chapter.
I tell you what, though, this is a good thing. Christmas coming up, and man, it's time to get excited about Christmas. And I've always, written. I've got several children's stories that I've written. They always have about 10 songs in them, or some of them a few more, but. This is a real special one this week we're going to talk about, so I'm ready for you.
Well, wonderful. David, tell me, growing up, what was Christmas like for you as a kid, and what are some of your Christmas memories, and what, I know that this is a near and dear time to you. Tell me a little bit about why that is.
Well, you know what, we was very, very poor growing up, and so we never really had Christmas like the normal a person thinks of Christmas. A lot of times we didn't even have a tree, and I remember one time there was 9 of us kids, so there was a lot of reasons to have Christmas at our place, but we were, like I said, we just never really could get into it, but we as kids, no, we were crazy about it, but I remember basically that when my brother Lefty finally got out there and started making some money in about 1950, 51. He started sending us gifts and a box full of gifts for everybody. And boy, we just get into those things. And I remember this one present he sent. It was a little blue silk or satin, probably satin, shirt, a cowboy shirt, and it's blue, and it had white pipings, and all that. And it was just, if I wore that thing till it was just barely hanging on me, because I wore it just year after year after year, and I just love it. But it was always, when I think of Santa Claus, I think of Lefty, because he was one that could go out and they'd buy all these presents, put them in a great big old box, and just send them to us. And boys, as kids, we go crazy over 'em.
Wow.
And so when I think of Santa Claus, I think the image of Lefty comes to me.
Oh,
but there's a lot of good things, for the old Brazils, but I just remember Lefty being Santa Claus.
Oh, that's great. I realize I don't think Lefty ever recorded a Christmas album, did he?
You know what? One of the things he wanted to do in his lifetime was to do not so much a Christmas album, but a gospel album, and not necessarily maybe just a Christmas album. But he wanted to write it. He didn't want to just do the normal, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas day. He loved those songs, but he wanted to write the album, and he wanted people like Whitey Shafer and Doodle Owens to write it with him, and that was what they were going to work on. That was the next project coming up when he was called away.
Oh man, that would have been just
so
killer.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Man.
And I wish he could have hung around long enough to do it, and because I would have been playing it right now probably.
Absolutely. Well, we visited last year when Barnyard Christmas came out, and it's an absolutely wonderful album. And this year, it's kind of growing a new life, and it's been added to, and you've got some new songs that you're releasing to go in conjunction with this wonderful project. Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, I started writing the song, and I like when I start writing a children's project, I usually try to do a little research on it, and find out about this and that. So I had a pastor, a preacher, who's a friend of mine, and I'd ask him all these questions about when did the actual wise men show up? Were they there exactly like they say, and so forth? And he'd tell me in his life what he thought it was, and everything that he'd researched. And so I found out a whole bunch of different things, and so when I started writing the song, the whole project, I think there's 10 songs in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I made up all these different characters that I thought would have probably been in the barnyard, and I wrote about the old burro, the old burro, who was walking around in the barnyard, and he was upset at seeing all the young kids running around, maybe a little rooster over there, maybe a sheep or a goat or something, and so he was upset because they didn't seem like they knew anything about it. So he called them all, got everybody into the barn, inside the barn, and he was saying, you guys don't know anything about Christmas. You don't even realize that back in the day of Jesus Christ, that your ancestors are actually involved with that. You don't even know that. You don't seem to even care. You don't want to see it as a present. And you don't care about anything. But actually, he said, actually, tell you what, my ancestor, the little burro, is the one who actually carried Mother Mary with Joseph when they went to Bethlehem. And so it goes on like that. And so he starts, and pretty soon he's got all their attention, and everybody's wanting to know about their ancestor, what did they do, and so that's kind of what it's all about. It's him trying to get everybody excited about Christmas, and he managed to do that. So, and there's 10 songs that tells you of the little burro that carried Mother Mary, and then there's none about the old Troy, the mule-headed mule, and when I put this thing together, I put together some years ago. I actually had a country music artist to be that character. In other words, Troy the Mule-Headed Mule was written for George Jones. There's one called about the little horse called Stray. His name's Stray.
Oh, Stray. That had to be Haggard.
That was Haggard.
Yeah.
It was Haggard. And then I had one that was going to be. I had one for Waylon and Johnny Cash, and they were going to do a duet on the one that me and Alan did. And Pete and Repeat.
Pete and Repeat. I love that one. I think it's one of my favorites on the album.
that would have been Johnny, and you see what I mean. So,
yeah.
But anyway, I was talked out of doing that kind of thing. By the time I got it ready to go, anyway, a lot of our people had gone. But matter of fact, when Johnny Cash passed away, I was ready to just quit.
Oh man,
I can't even do this stuff without Johnny Cash being in the world, But it's just, but it was a good thing, and I got it done last year, but I didn't get it done quick enough to actually promote it any for Christmas.
Yeah.
So we did one or two little things, but this year I'm making a good run of it. I did a song called Little Girl. I've been talking about the Little Girl, and I did that song, and that's going to be one I'm going out. And then Sarah Patrick, the great singer that is with the National American Records now, and we're going to put one out here on her called Bethlehem, and that is the center song for the whole project, and it's about them coming to Bethlehem, and then the last song, the next song we're doing is on Freddie Hart. We're involved, you, me, everybody I know is involved with this Freddie Hart last album, and we were involved in getting it all ready and everything. And he wrote 12 songs, as you know, and these are the best. These are the best songs. These are some of the best songs I've ever even heard, period. They're incredible songs. And as you know, Freddie could do that sort of thing, these emotional type. He's just really, really good about it. And so one of the songs that he brought to us out of the 12 was a Christmas song. And it just turned out so well that we decided to go ahead and put that one out too. So it'll be a part of his overall album, which will be released this next year by February or March. But right now we're putting it out. It's the only Christmas song of all of them. But it is an incredible song, and I sent you a copy of it recently. So what do you think?
It's beautiful. It's and I remember when he was recording it, and all the, the music and all the bells and everything. It just puts you in that. Of course, we're recording this thing in April, but I'll tell you what, it really puts you in the Christmas spirit. And to hear that final product, it's absolutely stellar. It's called At This Time of Year, and his the poetry in those first, even in those first two lines, he says technicolored houses dressed up in wonderful lights, and like a rainbow fell and scattered everywhere. That's, I mean, man, those first two lines.
He was a poet. It was just like, it was like a poem, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. And I'm so thankful that you and Steve were able to complete this. And folks, we do want to let you know that Freddie's album "God Bless You" will be out next year, and it will be completed. And with the wonderful job that you and Steve have done on this, I can't thank you guys enough for everything you did. I'm so glad that we're going to have this for Freddie Hart fans out there.
I've heard Freddie Hart say, "God bless you, Natty. Oh, you're so precious." Yeah. I've known him since I was about 1953, I think, when I kind of first met him. I think might have been a little earlier, but I remember Lefty bringing him from Phoenix, going to take him to California so he could open some shows for him. And Freddie got on Capitol Records, and man, he started writing and singing those hit songs. He must have had a ton of hit songs. He's just amazing. Matter of fact, when I signed with Columbia Records in 1959, I recorded, I think, 2 of Freddie Hart's songs on that first album.
Yeah, Love Baby. That was your first one.
Love Baby's one.
Little David Frizzell.
1959. Little David. Oh, man. But I've known Freddie just basically my whole life. And I remember him saying, he said, "Bless your heart, bless your heart." He just got that special thing. And although he was, I think he was about a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 degree black belt,
Yeah.
in judo and that karate stuff. Man, he was one of the most incredible people I ever met. And so I'm really proud that he asked me to be involved and produce it for him. And so I'm not going to let him down, but you can bet on that. I don't want him to have to come over here and tell me about it. He's just the kind that probably would. But no, he's the greatest guy I've known. And can you imagine me? And when I'm just starting my career, I was about 16 when I was invited to go out on the first big tour, the big one.
Yeah.
And it was when I was 16. I went out, and it was Lefty, my brother Lefty, and Freddie Hart.
Man.
And they put me in there right between both of them. I was, oh man. I'm not supposed to get away with this.
They threw you in head first, buddy.
Oh man, I tell you what, that was it. But I learned everything from those guys, and I just love them for it. I miss them both so much. I can't even hardly tell you.
Well, I'm so thankful.
This is going to be such a great project, and his Bless Your Heart album is coming out. Yeah, so all those songs in there, every one of them could be a single. Every one of them could be, every one of them got the title of the song could be the title of the album. They're all incredible.
Absolutely.
That was one of his favorite singers was "God Bless You."
Yeah, and that's the title of the album. That's a perfect title, and I'll tell you that I will never forget that week as long as I live. It was a lot of work, but it was so much fun, and it was just, you were in the presence of greatness to be able to watch what he was doing and watch what you guys were doing, and just to be there. I mean, I won't ever forget that as long as I live.
I said, "Freddie, you got the lyrics this next song?" And he'd point to his head.
Yeah.
That's where the lyrics are. They're right there.
Yeah. I wrote out a lot of charts that week for that.
Yeah. I tell you what, he really got to depend on you a whole lot. And every one of us did there, because you just came in and you just jumped in there and helped us with everything we needed to do. We had some great musicians, as you know, but Freddie, he just had the best songs. I remember a couple of times when Freddie said, "I don't know if we're going to be able to finish it." I said, "Both them songs are not going to let us give up on them.
That's right.
What's going to happen.
That's right.
Those songs are too good to give up on."
Well,
Get back at it to you.
The nice thing was, David, just a few days before Freddie passed away, I was able to be on a video chat with him and played him at this time of year and a couple of the other ones that you'd remixed. And he was very, very pleased with them. He said they're absolutely beautiful. And so we go forward with his blessing, you know?
You know what? I've always been able to do that with Freddie. It's something about Freddie. You'll always be able to go on forward with his blessing. He was an amazing man, and I just, you just felt blessed to be in his company. You know, he was an amazing guy, and I get such a kick out of him because he was always trying to teach my brother some karate, and he's using me as the dummy. Well, I got hurt more than once trying to let him use me as the dummy showing Lefty a karate move. Man, it's amazing that I got through all of that.
You know, I saw a little bit of that when we were down there. You know, we were standing there in your kitchen area there, and he was showing Pearlie Curtis some of those moves, and you were standing in the background going, nope, not me.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Yeah, Pearlie, well, you know, he's a great steel guitar player and dobro player.
Oh,
man.
Man.
He came in, and I remember he was out around the world here someplace on a show here when Freddie passed away, and so I had to tell him that that Freddie was gone, and his reaction was quite amazing. It don't take Freddie long to make a friend, a lifelong friend. All you got to do is shake your hand and say hello.
Yeah.
Something about him. I'm just telling you.
You know,
I know that he's up there with Brother Lefty now, and my good friend Merle Haggard. They're all up there together, and that's just wherever they are is where I want to go. That's I want to be right there with them.
Amen to that. Well, wonderful music coming out. Barnyard Christmas. You can go to davidfrizzell.com and get this album and get so much of David's wonderful music there. And these brand new singles are all available on the website as well. And we're obviously going to play them. I'll tell you, Sarah Patrick did an absolutely stellar job on Bethlehem. And you were telling me that she did that in one take.
Well, she sure did. She came into the studio, and I remember when she first came in to start the album that we did with her this next year. And she came in, she had every song. She didn't have to, a lot of times I've been producing people over the years and myself, producing me, and, but, she's about the only one I can think of that came in and was completely ready. She had every song. She didn't even need the lyrics there. She had every song. And as she came in to my studio here, and she basically got it in one take. I didn't even tell her. I just said, let's do that again. So, let's do it again. I got 2 or 3 takes out of her just because I was just, making it work. But she nailed those things, nailed that song just unbelievable. And we put these backgrounds on her. Well, you've heard it. And it's just an amazing thing. Her voice is so fresh and exciting that you don't need a whole lot of stuff to make it better because it's already great.
She has real country music, no doubt about it. Well, you did a beautiful job on the album of your version of it, but I got to agree with you, man. Sarah just made that song her own. She really owned that thing.
I have played it now for a few people, and we just got messages back from them saying just how unbelievably great this is. So I hope everybody get a chance to maybe take a listen to it. I hope that you'll play them and let me know what some of the people think about them out there when they get back with you.
Well, you folks out there that are listening, you let us know, and we're going to play those songs right after this interview, and we're going to play them often throughout the holiday season. And David, you are also going to be doing the Midnight Jamboree here coming up on December 1st. Is that right?
I'm doing. They were asking me when I'd like to do the next, and I host that Midnight Jamboree. That radio show has been going for since 1949, 1950 or something. Ernest Tubb started back in those days, and it's still going. And so I'm very proud that they always invite me to come in and host the show. So I'm going back. They asked me when I'd like to do it. I said I want to do it on December the 1st because I want you guys to hear these Christmas songs that I have, starting with Freddie Hart, Sarah Patrick, and myself, David Frizzell. So I'm gonna host it that night. And, that radio show goes all over the world, and I'll be singing those songs for the first time. And Sarah's actually coming down and singing hers with me, too.
Oh, that's
and I'm going to
great.
try to talk her into doing Oklahoma with me.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, that will be Saturday, December 1st. The taping is at 10 o'clock Central Time at the Texas
Yeah.
Troubadour Theater there on Music Valley Drive, and then the show runs at midnight on WSM Radio. And I never tell folks not to tune into My Kind of Country, but for that one, I want you to tune into WSM that night and listen to that show, because I know I will be.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be and it's going to be a house full of beautiful people, and the beautiful, incredible people that grab those guitars and know how to play them. And the steel guitar, he's going to be with us, and Burley will be with us. There's going to be a lot of great musicians, and we'll have a good time. But I'm also going to lay some children Christmas songs on you.
Wonderful.
So we'll see what happens. You'll have a good time, I know.
Wonderful.
Thank you, too, buddy, for asking me that question. Did we answer it good enough?
Well, I think we did. Yeah, I told you. I love it. And Lefty Fest is coming up next year in March. And, folks, I want to invite you down for that, too. All that information is on davidfrizzell.com and on My Kind of Country, mkocradio.com. We have a page on there for David Frizzell and Frizzell and Family Music, so you can get all the information at either of those sites. These new songs you can download. I believe they're available on the website, and they're going to be on iTunes and Amazon too, I assume, David. Is that right?
I think they're going to be everywhere. We're actually sending these over to the UK as well. I have some special friends over there. There's about 900 radio stations over there, I think, and we'll be being played on those radio stations all over the UK. So
fabulous.
we'll be listening to Freddie and Sarah and David. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a Merry Christmas.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas to you and your family, my friend.
Well, Merry Christmas to you and Joe.
This far out. It's all right.
That's all right. Well, we wish you the very best, and Sarah and Merritt and I, we love you guys so much, and you've treated us like family, and we can't thank you enough for that.
Well, let's get together as often as possible, and I'll see you soon, and we're going to have some great Freddie Hart songs out here the first of the year.
Amen. We're looking forward to that. Well, I'll get you to come back on the show again when that album comes out, too. We can talk about it some more. And
Absolutely.
But right now, folks, I want you to listen to these beautiful songs. Barnyard Christmas is available at davidfrizzell.com. We're going to play Bethlehem by the beautiful Miss Sarah Patrick, and we're going to play David doing Little Burro, and we're going to debut Freddie Hart's brand new song as from his upcoming album, God Bless You, At This Time of Year is the name of that. David Frizzell, thank you so much, as always, for all your support of our show and what I do, and for the love and respect that you've given our family and all these wonderful artists, and we wish you the very best, my friend.
Hey, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you anytime you get a chance to come down here. Oh, you know I'm coming up there in Michigan.
Hey, we're going to see you in February. You got a couple Michigan dates, so my Michigan listeners, listen up, because in February he's going to be in Grand Rapids and Muskegon. We'll have that information on our Facebook page and the website as well, and I will be at both shows, so we're going to come down and harass you for the weekend. How's that?
Oh, it will be great, buddy. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you then, pal.
All right. My good friend David Frizzell on My Kind of Country. We're going to play these brand new songs for you, and we want to hear from you. Let us know on our Facebook page what you think of these, and please go to davidfrizzell.com and pick up these wonderful songs and the new album, Barnyard Christmas. David, thanks again.
See you, buddy.
Now gather round, boys and girls, I'll tell you a story about the little burro that went with Mary and Joseph on a journey. You may think he was just a burro, but he was much more. 'Cause you know he was there when Jesus Christ was born. Well, he really wasn't very big, You know, as burros go. But his heart was strong with the love of God. I've been told. He carried Mother Mary from Nazareth to Bethlehem. When they finally arrived, they couldn't find a place to lay down. Little burro knew that Mary was about to give birth. He knew it was time for the true king to begin his reign on earth. Every door they knocked on, everybody told them no. The little burro knew that Mary had gone as far as she could go. Then finally an old innkeeper opened his door a crack. He said, I've got no room inside for you, but there's a stable out back. The little burro saw baby Jesus born that very night. Then he closed his eyes and he went to sleep. He knew everything would be all right.
Technicolored houses made up of Christmas lights, like the rainbow fell and scattered everywhere. It's a wonderland of wonder, Mother Nature dressed in white, carols singing, happy feelings fill the air. At this time of year, Christmas time of year, it's a time for sharing, reaching out with arms of love. At this time of year, Christmas time of year, a time for Thanksgiving, counting blessings from above. Busy people shopping for toys and things to wear, sending Christmas cards to friends far, far away. Surprises wrapped in paper for the family to share. It's a very, very merry holiday. At this time of year, Christmas time of year, it's the time for sharing, reaching out with arms of love. At this time of year, Christmas time of year, a time for Thanksgiving, counting blessings from above. A time for Thanksgiving, counting blessings from above.